Hello everyone, this is Rajeshwari. Today I am here with the topic Java control flow statements. Let us get into the topic. Java control flow statements. Uh, these are the statements that provide the smooth flow to the program, and these are the fundamental features of Java. There are two types of control flow statements in Java, and those are decision making statements and looping statements. In decision making statements, there are two types: if statement and switch statement. And the looping statements are four types: while loop, do while loop, for loop, and for each loop. Let us discuss them in detail one by one. First, decision making statements. As the name suggests, they will decide which statement should be executed and the when. And these statements will evaluate the Boolean expression and control the flow of the result. And there are two types of decision making statements. Those are if statement and switch statement. At first, let us discuss about if statement. The if statement is used to evaluate a condition, and this statement and if the statement is if the statement's condition is evaluated to true, and the block will be executed, else the other block will be executed. It gives a boolean value either true or false. And this and in if statement there are four types. Those are simple if else, and nested if else, and else if ladder. Let us discuss them one by one. Okay. First one is simple if statement. It is the most basic among the all other statements in Java, and it evaluates the given condition. And if the condition is evaluated to true, then the block of code will be executed. And the syntax of this statement is if condition and the block. The condition is true, the block will be executed. Okay. Let us see an sample program. Here I have created a class called student, and I have created a main function. However, the execution starts in the main function. I have declared two variables that are integers, and I have assigned values as 10, 12 to them. And I have given a if statement as x plus y greater than or 20, greater than 20. If the if x plus y statement is greater than 20, then this statement will be executed. Otherwise not. And let us check. 10 plus 12 is 22. 22 is greater than 20. Yes, the condition is related to true. Then the compiler enters into the print statement, and it will print like x plus y is greater than 20. And this is the output of this program. Next, if else statement. The if else statement is an extension to if statement. Whenever if the condition of if statement is evaluated to false, then it uses another block of code called else statement. The else block will be executed if the condition of the if block is evaluated as false. Its syntax of if else statement is if condition. If the condition is related to true, statement 1 will be executed, else the statement 2 will be executed. That's all. And let us see a program for this. I have used the same program here. I have created a class student and a main function. I have declared two variables as x and y, and I have initialized their values as 10 and 12. And I have written a condition like if x plus y less than 10. Let us check. 10 plus 12 less than 10. No, right? The condition is related to false. So this block will be skipped, and the else block will be executed. That is x plus y is greater than 20. So the program will print like x plus y is greater than 20. Okay. Next one, else if ladder. In else if ladder, there will be one if statement and multiple else if blocks and a else statement. Here we can perform the chain of if else statements to create a decision tree where the program may enter any block of code based upon the condition if it is true, and we can also define a else statement at the end of the chain. And the syntax of the else if statement is if condition, if the condition is true, statement 1 will be executed, else it will go to the else if condition. And like this we can give any number of else if statements, and finally we can give an else statement if both the conditions of if and else if statements are related to false, then the else statements will be executed. Next, let us write the program. Here I have created a class called student, and I have created a main function. Here I declared a variable called city, which is of string type, and I have assigned it as Delhi, and I have written a condition like if city is equals to Meerut, the program should print city is Meerut. Else if city is equals to Noida, it should print city is Noida. And else if city is equals to Agra, and it should print the statement as city is Agra. If as we can see, if the city is Meerut, Noida, Agra, both three of these conditions are evaluated to false, so else block will be executed. Here I have given a print statement like city. I have assigned city variable with Delhi, so the output will be like Delhi. Next, nested if statement. In nested if statement is nothing but inserting a if statement inside another if statement or if else statement. This is called as nested if statement, and its syntax is if condition one, and in this if statement we have written another if condition, um, and finally the else statement. Next, let us see a program to understand this better. Here it is. Yeah, I have taken a class called student, and I have created a main function here, and then I have created a variable called address, and I have assigned it with Delhi, India, and and I have written the condition like if address ends with India. It means that if the address is this is the address variable, and this is the value that I have assigned. If the value assigned is ending with India, then this if block will be executed. Inside this if block, I have written the another if condition like address contains mirror. Um, it should print your city is mirror. Else if address contains Noida, your city is Noida. Both of these conditions are wrong. So the else block will be executed, and then it will print like address dot split, or else this is the else statement for this block. And for this if block, the else statement is your if the address is not ending with India, then it should print like you are not living in India. But uh, the address is ending with India, right? So it will print like it is not Murat, it is not Noida, so it will print like Delhi, right? Next, switch statement. Switch statement is similar to the else if ladder, but but the switch statement will contain the block of codes called cases, and a single case executed based on the variable which is switched, and it is easier to use instead of if statements. It can the case variables like in the short byte, char, or enumeration will support the switch statement, and the string type is also supported in some versions, and cases cannot be duplicated. And after all the cases, default statement is executed when any of the cases are not evaluated to true. Next, to terminate a switch statement, we use a break statement. And while using switch statements, we must notice that case expression will be of same type as the variable, and it should also be constant value. Next, let us see a program for the switch statement. Okay, here I have created a class called student, and I have used here an interface like, and the student will implement the clonable, and I have created a main function. Here I declared a variable like num is equals to 20, and switch. I have declared the switch function, switch statement of num, and I have created these cases. In case 0, it should print the number is 0, break, and case 1, it should print the number is 1, and so on. Like this, we can write any number of cases, and finally, we can write a default statement. And here I have written like print num. Uh, Let us check the condition. Switch of num. Num is the value of num is 2, and that in case 0, num is 0, false. In case 1, it should print num is 1. This is also false. So uh, default statement will be executed, and it will print the num. Num value is 2, so the output is 2. Next, looping statements. In Java, there are three types of looping statements. Four types of looping statements. These are for loop, for each loop, while loop, and do while loop. Let us discuss the for loop first. And it is just like similar to a for loop in C and C++. The for loop is used to initialize the variable and check the condition, and to decrement or increment the single increment the variable in a single line of code. This for loop can be used when the number of iterations is not known, and that is how many number of times the block should be executed. Okay, and here is the syntax like, here we initialize the variable, and we'll check the condition, and then we make increment or a decrement and terminate. Next one, uh, let us see a program. Here I have created a class called calculation, and I have written a main function here. And the execution starts from the main function. Int sum is I have declared the variable called sum and initialized it with the 0, and I have written a condition like int j is equals to 1, and j should be less than or equal to 10, and it should be incremented like j plus plus. If these conditions satisfied, then the execution enters the block, and sum is equals to sum plus j. Then it will print like sum, and sum of the first 10 natural numbers is this sum, and the output of this code is like, for the sum of the first 10 natural numbers will is 55, so it will print the value as sum of the natural numbers is 55. Next, Java for each loop. In addition to for loop, Java also provides a enhanced for loop to traverse the data structures like arrays. And in this, we need not to update the loop variable. So it's easy for us to execute. And let us see an example. uh, I have to the same program, uh, class calculation and a main function, and I have declared a variable called sum equal to 0, and I have written a condition like int j equal to 1, j less than or equal to 10, and j plus plus. If this condition is satisfied, then it enters the block and performs the operations like sum is equals to sum plus j, and after this it will print like sum of the first 10 natural numbers plus sum, and the output is same. Sorry. Next, while loop. While loop is used when the number of iterations the code should be executed is not known for us, and this is called as an entry control loop, as it checks the condition at the starting of the loop, and if the condition is evaluated to true only, the block will be executed, otherwise the block will not be executed. And unlike a for loop, the initialization and decrement does not take place in the looping statement of while loop. Next, let us see the syntax and program. Here, while I have created a class called calculation and a main function, and I have declared a variable I is equals to 0, and then I have written a print statement like printing the list of first 10 even numbers, and after this I have given the condition while I less than or equal to 10, it should if the I value is less than or equal to 10, then it should print the value of I, and I is equals to I plus 2, and it should be incremented. Next, uh, here the while condition is true, so it will print I is equals to I plus 2. At first, printing it will print like printing the list of first 10 even numbers, and then I less than or equal to 10. I value is 0, so it will print the value of I, and it is incremented by plus 2. Then it will print like 0 plus 2 equals to 2, and 2 plus 2 equal to 4, and 6, and so on until the I is less than or equal to 10. Next, do while loop. In do while loop, the condition is checked at the end of the loop. That means after executing all the statements in the loop, the condition will be executed. And this is also used whenever the number of iterations is not known for us, and we have to execute the while loop at least once, so we can use the do while loop, and this is called as exit control loop, as it will does not check the condition at the starting, and its syntax is like do while condition. If the condition is true, then the statement will be executed. If the condition is false, then it will be terminated. Next next I have written a program here. Here I have declared a class calculation, and I have written the main function here. I have declared a variable called I is equals to 0, and I have written a print statement printing the list of 10 even numbers. And I have written a do statement, do some condition, and print I is equals to I plus 2 while I less than or equal to 10. As it will check as it is an exit control loop, it will come from here, and if the condition is I less than or equal to 2, then uh, it will print I value, and it will increment the value by plus 2, and it will print the list of first 10 even numbers like 0, 2, 4, 6, until I value is less than or equal to 10. Thank you. Hope you people like my presentation.